Hi everyone. Today we are going to discuss the chapter number 1 of physical chemistry, that is the chemical kinetics. So here recapitulation of chemical kinetics. In the class of SYBSc, I have already taught you the basic concept of the chemical kinetics. That is, what is the definition of chemical kinetics? What is meant by molecularity and order of reaction? Then pseudomolecular reactions, expression for velocity constant for the first order reaction as well as the second order reaction. That part already we have discussed in the class of SYBSc. Today we are going to recapitulation of chemical kinetics. So here in today's lecture we are going to consider the first chapter, that is the chemical kinetics. So here let us consider the syllabus of the chemical kinetics. The first point is the recapitulation of chemical kinetics, then third order reaction, derivation of integrated rate law for third order reaction with equal initial concentration, characteristics of third order reaction, examples of third order reaction, methods to determine order of reaction using integrated rate equation method, graphical method, half-life method, differential method, effect of temperature on reaction rate, Arrhenius equation, and related numericals to the chemical kinetics. So this is the syllabus of chemical kinetics. So here recapitulation. The first point, let us discuss what is meant by chemical kinetics. So all of you know that the chemical kinetics, it is a branch of physical chemistry which deals with the rate of reaction, factors affecting on the rate of reaction, and reaction mechanism. So such a branch of physical chemistry, it is called as the chemical kinetics. So here in chemical kinetics, we deals with the rate of only those reactions which occur with measurable rate, that is, which are neither too fast nor too slow. Such reactions we are going to study in chemical kinetics. So here, friends, all of you know that when we study the chemical kinetics, there are some basic terms which are very useful in chemical kinetics. Let us discuss one by one. The first term is the molecularity of the reaction, and molecularity of the reaction, it is denoted by symbol capital M. Definition: it is the minimum number of molecules, atoms or ions of reactants required for stoichiometric coefficient of the reactants in chemical equation of the reaction, that is total number of atoms, ions, molecules or radicals which take part in a chemical reaction or which involve in the chemical reaction. That number, it is called as the molecularity of the reaction. It is denoted by symbol M. If only one molecule take part, then such a reaction, it is called as the unimolecular or monomolecular reaction. So here let us consider some example of the unimolecular reaction where M is equal to 1. This is the general reaction A, which gives product a general reaction. These are the example related to chemistry. For example, decomposition of phosphorus pentachloride. There is a formation of phosphorus trichloride plus Cl2. Here there is only one molecule. That's why it is a unimolecular reaction. This is also Br2 is converted into 2Br. So here it is also unimolecular reaction. Then bimolecular reaction, M is equal to 2. When the 2 here, if 2 molecules are involved, then it is a bimolecular reaction. If the 3 molecules are involved in a chemical reaction, then it is a termolecular reaction. So here bimolecular reaction, these are the general reaction A plus B, that is a 1 plus 1, that is M is equal to 2. Here A plus A, that is a 1 plus 1, M is equal to 2. Here twice A, which gives product, that is a 2 that is the m is equal to 2. So these are the general example of the biomolecular reaction. Let us consider the hydrolysis of ethyl acetate. This is the ethyl acetate plus water, that is the 1 plus 1, that is the m is equal to 2. Then here decomposition of hydrogen iodide. Here also this is the biomolecular reaction. Then termolecular reaction where m is equal to 3. A general example, A plus B plus C, that is the 1 plus 1 plus 1, that m is equal to 3. Then here the reaction of the two reaction of the nitric oxide. So 2 plus 1, here also 2 plus 1, that is m is equal to 3. Here the reaction between the FeCl3, that is a 2 molecules of FeCl3 plus 1 molecule of SnCl2, that is a 2 plus 1, m is equal to 3. This is a termolecular or trimolecular reaction. So here the molecularity, this is the first basic terms in chemical kinetics. So here molecularity, it is a theoretical quantity. It does not vary with the experimental condition, that is change in concentration, pressure and temperature. So molecularity, it does not indicate mechanism of the reaction. So here molecularity, it is an integral value. It is always whole number. It never equal to 0 or it never equal to fraction. So it is a theoretical quantity. It is an integer or it is a whole number. So the first term is the molecularity. Then let us discuss the second term, that is a order of reaction. So symbol for the order of reaction, it is a small n. The definition, it is the sum of all the exponents to which concentration rate law are raised, or it is the total number of molecules or atoms whose concentration determine the rate of the reaction. That number is called as the order of reaction. It is equal to n. So here n, it may be 0, it may be fraction or it may be integer. So here let us consider some examples. So first example, hydrolysis of ester. Again hydrolysis of ester. So as hydrolysis of ester, here the molecularity of this reaction m is equal to 2, because 1 plus 1, so molecularity is the 2, but here the n is equal to 1, because here the rate of hydrolysis, it is not depend on the concentration of the water, it depend only on the concentration of the methyl acetate, even though the molecularity is the 2, but here the order of reaction is 1. That means here there is no measurable change in the concentration of the water, and generally here all of you know that concentration of the water, it is considered as a constant. So here in case of hydrolysis of the ester, here the rate of hydrolysis, it depends only on the concentration of the methyl acetate. So here n is equal to 1. So n is equal to 1, that means it is a first order reaction. N is equal to 2, then it is a second order reaction. N is equal to 3, it is the third order reaction. N is equal to 0, it is the 0 order reaction. So here by applying the law of mass action, here we can write the rate is equal to K. K is the velocity constant and concentration of methyl acetate. Let us consider the second example, inversion of cane sugar. Again inversion of the cane sugar catalyzed with the dilute HCl follow the first order kinetics. So here sugar plus water. Again here the rate of the inversion of cane sugar, it depends only on the concentration of the sugar, even though the molecularity is the 2, but here n is equal to 1. So it is also example of the first order reaction. So here order of reaction. Then the third term is the rate of reaction. So here it is the rate at which the concentration of the reactants decreases, or alternatively the rate at which the concentration of the product increases. So it is called as the rate of reaction. In short, the change in concentration of reactant or product per unit time during the chemical reaction, it is called as the rate of chemical reaction. So the rate of any particular reaction, it depends on the concentration of the reactant, then temperature, catalyst and the surface area. So the first factor which affect on the rate of reaction, that is the concentration of the reactant, and generally we know that as we increase the concentration of the reactant, here the rate of the chemical reaction is also increases. Here the second factor is the temperature. Again as we increase the temperature, the rate of the chemical reaction is also increases. So here the third one is the catalyst. So all of you know that there are two types of the catalyst, that is the positive catalyst and the negative catalyst. Due to presence of positive catalyst, here the rate of the chemical reaction is increases, and due to presence of negative catalyst, the rate of the reaction is decreases. So here the third factor is the catalyst, and fourth one is the surface area of the reactant. If the more surface area of the reactant is available for the chemical reaction, then the rate of the reaction is more. So here rate of reaction is also depend on the surface area of the reactant. So these are the four factors which affect on the rate of reaction. Then next one is the measurement of the rate of reaction. So here already we have discussed this point in the class of SYBSc. So experimental measurement of reaction rate depend upon the nature of reaction under investigation. The rate can be conveniently studied by measuring the suitable physical property of a system as a whole or of one of the constituents of the reaction, such as appearance of the color in the colorless solution. Second one is disappearance of color in the colored solution. Then formation of precipitate, change in optical activity, change in pressure, or change in electrolytic conductance. So here the change in this physical property can be measured, so to study the rate of chemical reaction. Then the next term is the rate law. So according to the law of mass action, at constant temperature, the rate of reaction is proportional to the concentration of the reactant. So let us consider a general reaction A which gives product. So as per this law of mass action, we can write rate is directly proportional to concentration of A. So all of you know that rate is equal to dx by dt, or it is a dc by dt. So here dx by dt or dc by dt, it is a directly proportional to A. So here dx by dt is equal to K into concentration of A for the general reaction A which gives product. Here K, it is very important in chemical kinetics, and it is called as the velocity constant or velocity coefficient of a chemical reaction. So here an expression which shows how to reaction rate is related to the concentration, it is called as the rate law, or it is called as the rate equation, or the mathematical relation between the rate of reaction and concentration of the reaction component is known as rate equation or the rate law expression for the reaction. So friends, in the rate law expression, only those reactants appear whose concentration undergo measurable change during the reaction. What is the meaning of measurable change? The change in concentration of the reactant, it should be measurable, that is the change should be appreciable. Only those reactants appear in the rate law expression. Then when n is equal to 1, it is the first order reaction. N is equal to 2, it is the second order reaction. So let us discuss what is meant by first order reaction. So here first order reaction is that whose rate depends on concentration of the single reactants only. And here the expression for velocity constant for the first order reaction, already we have derived this expression in the class of SYBSc. K1 is equal to 2.303 divided by T log of A upon A minus X. K1 is the velocity constant for the first order reaction, T is the time, A is the A moles per liter is the initial concentration of the reactant, A minus X, it is the concentration of the reactant after time T. So here example of the first order reaction, again the same example, hydrolysis of ester. Here let us consider hydrolysis of ester. So here the molecularity of this reaction is 2, but order of reaction is 1, because here the rate of the reaction is not depend on concentration of the water, it depend only on the concentration of the methyl acetate. That's why it is a first order reaction. Then here second example, same example, inversion of cane sugar. Again the molecularity is 2, but the order of reaction is 1. So here the rate is equal to K into concentration of sugar. This is the rate law expression for the inversion of cane sugar. Here the rate is depend only on the concentration of the sugar solution even though the molecularity is 2, but here the order of reaction is 1. So, it is an example of the first order reaction. Then third example, decomposition of hydrogen peroxide in aqueous solution. So, decomposition of hydrogen peroxide in the presence of platinum as a catalyst is a first order reaction. This is the reaction. Actually, here the twice H2O2 liquid in presence of platinum, there is a formation of water and there is a evolution of oxygen. Actually, it is a not liquid, it is a gas, evolution of the oxygen gas. So, here rate is equal to K into concentration of hydrogen peroxide. It is a two-step reaction. The first step H2O2, it gives the H2O plus oxygen, nascent oxygen. It is a slow reaction. And the second one is the two nascent oxygen combined together and there is a formation or there is the evolution of the oxygen gas. It is the fast reaction. The quantity of the product, it will depend on the first, that is the slow reaction, and the slow reaction is the first order reaction. So, here decomposition of hydrogen peroxide, it is the first order reaction. Then let us consider the second order reaction. So, here the second order reaction, N is equal to 2. The reaction is said to be second order if the rate of the reaction depends upon two concentration terms of the reactant. For second order reaction, there are two cases. So, here equal initial concentration and unequal initial concentration. So, already we have derived the expression for the velocity constant for the second order reaction with equal and unequal initial concentration in the class of SY BSc. Here, let us consider the expression for velocity constant for the second order reaction with equal initial concentration. K2 is equal to 1 upon AT into x upon A minus x. Again, K2 is the velocity constant for the second order reaction, A is the initial concentration, T is the time, x moles of the reactant react in time t, and here A minus x is the concentration of the unreacted reactant after time t. Then here expression for velocity constant for the second order reaction with unequal initial concentration. So, K2 is equal to 2.303 divided by T in bracket A minus B log of A into B minus x divided by B in bracket A minus x. Again, K2 is the velocity constant, T is the time, A is the initial concentration of reactant 1, B is the initial concentration of reactant 2, and here A minus x, it is the concentration of the unreacted reactant, that is the first reactant. B minus x, it is the concentration of the unreacted second reactant, that is the B minus x. So, these are the two expressions for the velocity constant for the second order reaction. So, let us consider examples of the second order reaction. So, the first example, saponification an ester by NaOH. This is a typical second order reaction, that is the reaction between ethyl acetate and the sodium hydroxide is of the second order reaction. So, here ethyl acetate plus sodium hydroxide, there is a formation of sodium acetate and ethyl alcohol. So, here 1 plus 1, that means here the rate of this reaction, it depends on concentration of ethyl acetate as well as the concentration of the sodium hydroxide. That is why here N is equal to 2. So, here rate is equal, this is the rate law expression. So, rate is equal to K into concentration of ethyl acetate into concentration of sodium hydroxide. So, this is a second order reaction. Second example, reaction between the persulfate and iodide. The reaction between the potassium persulfate and potassium iodide is of the second order reaction. So, potassium persulfate plus twice Ki. Actually, here the molecularity of this reaction is 3. It seems that the reaction is of the third order. In actual practice, it is of the second order reaction. So, here also N is equal to 1 and this is a rate law expression. So, these are the two examples of the second order reaction. Then pseudo-molecular reaction. The reaction whose order is not in accordance with the molecularity given by the chemical equation or tauchometry are called as the pseudo-molecular reaction. Actually, here when the molecularity is the 2, the order of reaction it should be equal to 2. but in some reaction the molecularity and order of reactions are not same, then such reactions they are called as the pseudo molecular reaction. So let us consider some example. So here hydrolysis of ester, it is a pseudo molecular reaction. Inversion of cane sugar, then decomposition of acetaldehyde, decomposition of carbonyl sulfide in water. These are the example of the pseudo molecular reaction. Again the same example, that is the hydrolysis of ester. So here the molecularity of this reaction is 2. So order should be equal to 2, but here order is 1. So all of you know that why order is 1, because here the hydrolysis of ester, in case of hydrolysis of the ester, the rate of the reaction is not depend on the concentration of the water, it depend only on the concentration of the methyl acetate. So here even though the molecularity is the 2, but the order of reaction is 1, that means here order and molecularity are not same. So here hydrolysis of ester, it is a pseudo molecular reaction. Then let us consider the same example, that is the inversion of cane sugar. So here sugar plus water, again molecularity the 2, but the order of reaction is 1. So here again the rate of inversion of cane sugar, it is not depend on the concentration of the water, it depend only on the concentration of the sugar. So even though the molecularity the 2, but the order of reaction is 1. So here molecularity and order of reactions are not same. So here the inversion of cane sugar, it is a pseudo molecular reaction. And friends, here when the molecularity is more than 1, but the order of reaction is 1, then such a reaction, it is called as the pseudo unimolecular reaction. So here the inversion of cane sugar and hydrolysis of ester, these are the pseudo unimolecular reaction. And the last point, that is the third order reaction. A reaction is said to be third order if the rate of the reaction depends upon the 3 concentration terms of the reactant. So such a reaction, it is called as the third order reaction, N is equal to 3. So these are the some general examples of the third order reaction. A plus B plus C, that is a 1 plus 1 plus 1, it is equal to 3. Here twice A plus B, which gives product, that is a 2 plus 1, it is equal to 3. Third example, A plus twice B, which gives product. So 1 plus 2, again it is equal to 3. Then 3A, which gives product. So here these are the 4 example of the third order reaction. These are the general example. The example which is related to the chemistry, we are going to discuss while studying the third order reaction. So friends, today we have discussed some basic terms in chemical kinetics, such as molecularity, order of reaction, then the rate of chemical reaction, then measurement of the rate of chemical reaction, pseudo-molecular reactions, etc. In the next lecture, we are going to discuss the third order reaction, that is the expression for velocity constant for the third order reaction, characteristic feature for the third order reaction, as well as the examples of the third order reaction. Thank you.